Welcome to the Mountain City Show. My name's Philip. I'm your host today. My co-host Brett, he is with his grandkids today, so good luck with that. I'm sure they're flying through the house 100 mile an hour. Today, I wanted to touch base on Tony Dungy. So, Tony Dungy apparently made a couple comments on Twitter that the LBGTQ, I hope I got all those letters right, community does not like. So my issue with it isn't the fact that he made the comment, it's the fact that people are giving him backlash for his beliefs. Just because his beliefs aren't your beliefs doesn't mean he doesn't have the right to say it. That makes me extremely upset a little bit, that just because you believe something and someone doesn't believe it, that you should automatically apologize for your beliefs. I think that's wrong. So here is what he said. Let's see if we can find it and pull it up. So he actually made a couple comments. One comment was how he brought Damar Hamlin's cardiac arrest on the field into the country and kind of slid that into abortion and how it's horrible and should not be allowed. Which, I mean, that's a heck of a transition for that. He isn't a Christian, so I understand his point of view. But I don't really know how you would swing what happened to that young man having a heart attack on the field and how that deals with abortion. I'm not really buying that twist. The other one was based on something that happened in Minnesota. And what happened in Minnesota was kind of different, right? So basically, let's see if we can find it. Basically, it said, well, he had to apologize because NBC, we know how NBC is. They're extremely liberal, don't like anybody having opinions outside of their work. So basically what he did was he said that transgender and non-binary children were using litter boxes in schools because apparently they felt like cats. Or whoever felt like a cat, they had to put litter boxes in the bathrooms in these schools. Which I've heard that rumor before in my own town, so I can't confirm or deny that that's true. If that is true, it's absolutely ridiculous, and no, I can't even imagine a principal or a teacher putting a litter box in a bathroom for a child just because they say they feel like a cat. To me, that's a bit ridiculous. He also went on to say, I guess what brought up the topic was that the school board, I believe this is in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota lawmaker advocating for schools in the state to put menstrual products in boys' bathrooms. Well, I have issues with that. Excuse me. And you should not put, it should not even be a topic. At no point should you put female menstruating products in a boy's bathroom in elementary and high schools. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And for people to ask that is ridiculous. At no point should that ever happen. And, you know, federal dollars, state dollars should never have to pay for that. Because again, I mean, I understand that if somebody is a girl, feels like a woman, or feels like a man, is going to the men's bathroom and needs a menstrual product. I mean, I get the dilemma. But again, we should go back to there are actually only two sexes, male and female. And it's biology, how you were born. You can't change how you were born. That's your DNA. You can't change it. You can try, and if that's what you want to do, more power to you. I'm all for you expressing yourself however you like. However, when it starts to affect other people, then I have issues. So, you know, when you can do whatever it is you like to do until it starts to affect others, And honestly, there's no point in putting menstrual products in boys' bathrooms. So, poor Mr. Dungy, he has his own beliefs. He's a Christian, is 100% against abortion. I don't know how he feels about the LGBTQ community. Hopefully I got that right. But as a Christian, I could assume that he is not supportive of it, which is, he has that right. Just like the LGBTQ community has the right to tell him he's wrong. But to force the man to apologize for his beliefs is absolutely wrong. You should be allowed to say whatever it is you like, as long as you're not advocating bodily harm to someone or destruction of someone's property. So at no point should he ever have to apologize for his beliefs. And here's the thing, NBC, who do you think's watching football? Who do you think your audience is? It's simple who your audience is. It's usually men, regardless of race or religion, and probably ages from 15 to 65 or 70. That's who's watching football. So you might want to get your demographic right before you start asking him to apologize for his own beliefs. The NFL had its own beliefs when people started taking a knee, right? The NFL let them do it. Regardless of what your opinion was, they have a right to protest. I don't think they have a right to protest at their job. They can do that on their own time. However, they do have a right to protest, just like everyone does. So the LGBTQ community has a right to be upset about his remarks about how he's against putting menstruating products in boys' bathrooms. He's also against, the whole kitty litter scandal, which is just unbelievable because I've heard it here in my hometown. So at some point when you start hearing it, there's got to be some truth to it somewhere. So he's probably right. And if that happens, that's horrible. So you don't put a kitty litter box in anybody's bathroom in a public school just because, someone feels like a cat. I mean, dear Lord, do I want a freaking banana because I feel like a little chimp today? Come on. You people have done lost your fucking minds. So anyway, I support Mr. Dungy and what he said. And at no point should he be made to apologize just to keep his job. I think that's ridiculous. Let the man have his own beliefs. They're not hurting anyone. And here's the thing with people. If it does offend you, you don't have to watch or listen to him. Just turn off the channel. But I'm pretty sure the LGBTQ community is not watching the NFL every day. There might be a few, but 90% of them, 95, 98% of them are not watching the NFL. So, again, NBC, make sure you know who your audience is before you start throwing things out because that's what you believe. Everyone has a right to believe what they want, regardless of how others think. I'm allowed to say what I want, regardless of how mad it may make you. And that's a great thing. And you might say stuff that I can't stand, and I hate what you're saying. And I believe to my 100% core that you're wrong. But you still have the right to say it. And you shouldn't have to apologize for it. Neither should Mr. Dungy. Hey, thanks for joining us on the mountain. If you could, go ahead and like and subscribe. We'd appreciate that. And thanks again.